So before we get into this one, please leave a comment. Are Spurs going to be relegated from the Premier League this season? What do you think? Look at this here, Moseley Old Hall. It is spelt incorrectly though. And this is the beautiful Moseley Old Hall, a beautiful Elizabethan country house in, I think we're still in Staffordshire. Notably, Charles II, before he became king in 1651, was hiding here from Oliver Cromwell's regime. Charles II was in hiding here because obviously he was a wanted man in the country. Now the plan today, we're going to watch a relegation clash between Wolves and Tottenham Hotspur, which is not too far away from the town of Moseley. But I thought, being Moseley on the move, we've got to check it out before we go there.
Well, good morning, Moseleyers. I am joining Robert on his adventures today. I'll be behind the camera for most of it, but we will see some beautiful sights and hopefully a fantastic game of football.
It's nice to see little bits of history like that. I mean, we're so close here to the M54, but that's not something that I would have ever thought to have stopped and had a look at if it wasn't my surname, even though it's spelt wrong. So yeah, we'll get back in the car and Ben will take us to Wolverhampton, to Molineux, to watch this intriguing game of football. I'm sure Tottenham are going to win. There's no way Tottenham can go down, is there? But we will see. You'll notice across quite a few football stadia in England's top leagues, there are some parks nearby. This is the West Park in Wolverhampton, which includes an old Victorian chalet and conservatory here. We've parked very, very close to Molineux Stadium, which you can't quite see from here, but it's over in sort of that direction, where we will be obviously watching the game. But look at it, it's such a glorious day today to be here in nature. It is worth noting at this point that we did get tickets through a third-party website. What was the website called?
Yes, I think it was Seat Selector or something like that. Now, we did try to buy through the Wolverhampton website. Yes. They're all sold out. But on these websites, you can quite easily buy tickets. I had them emailed to me within 2 hours. So it was fantastic for the price as well. You know, if you want to get tickets to these Premier League games, for normal people, it seems like the only option.
It is one of these.
It does come with a big stipulation. Do not interact with stewards and make sure you are in the home end, so don't wear any other clubber. Now, the big thing as well is obviously we are not from Birmingham.
No, and we're not Wolves fans either. Yeah, obviously, you know, Ben being a Derby County fan, me being a Manchester United fan, we certainly need to blend in. Perhaps my Manchester North Face t-shirt was not the best option today, but yeah, Seat Selector. We're both Mr. P. Norman this afternoon, so if we get ID'd, that's not going to work very well in our favour, but...
I tell you, use tickets from a mate. You know, if anyone asks, we got them from a mate. That's what they say. I don't think there'll be any problem at all. They're proper Wolves tickets. But it is interesting that how easy it is to get them and how hard it is to get them through a proper club site.
Absolutely, but yeah, they'll want bums on seats, so I'm sure they're not going to be that bothered. This is the old BT's department store in Wolverhampton. It was often referred to the Harrods of the Midlands until its doors closed in 2019. You can see this high street here is typical of most sort of smaller cities in the UK, which is full of pubs, charity shops, disused buildings, and so on and so forth. This peaceful garden of one of the main churches in Wolverhampton is referred to as the oldest place in Wolverhampton, dating back to Anglo-Saxon times. Wolverhampton was found in Mercia, where the historic village of Repton in Derbyshire was the capital. But even just compared to a street which is just there, you can see how peaceful this place is. So next door to St Peter's Church is Wolverhampton Art Gallery. It is free entry, and as we all know, I don't understand art whatsoever, but it's a great idea to go and check it out. This gallery wants some ideas of things that they should collect, and Ben's assessment. Now, I like bits of art like this because they look like the thing that they're supposed to look like. It's much easier to understand this, in my opinion anyway, as a scientist rather than an artist. But this stuff, which all is so much more realistic, I think this is oil on panel or oil on canvas, that looks like what it's supposed to look like. This is the kind of art that I prefer. 1940s painting by Laura Knight. This is the best thing, in my opinion, of what we've seen. It's just a beautiful sundown. Laura Knight was actually the first woman to be elected to the Royal Academy. And just looking at some of this other stuff around, I don't like this stuff as much because I don't know what it's supposed to be. This one's called Glacier, brackets red and blue. I mean, is it? But that is clearly a sundown. I'd have that in my house. I would not have that in my house. All right, this stuff gets me, right? I could do that, and if I did that, it would be deemed rubbish. But when this is done by somebody famous, it goes in an art gallery. But I could do that, and I'm not very good at art. Well, there certainly were some interesting exhibitions in that art gallery, some of which I didn't document on camera. If you've been there, you'll understand why. But I think it's probably about time that we head towards Molineux to watch this game of football. But it's great to see on this glorious Saturday afternoon so many people turn out in Wolves colours, mostly gold, but a couple of away turquoises and blues, and a few reds as well. But it's great to see just so many people coming out to support their team, who at time of recording have already been relegated to the Championship. But they don't mind. They'll be here in fine voice, I'm sure. So here is Molineux on a beautiful, beautiful Saturday afternoon for the latter stages of the Premier League. Spurs fans are out as well in a game that means so much to them. Wolves, of course, already relegated, but they'll be here in fine voice, as I mentioned earlier. And I'm sure we'll see, well, I hope we'll see some free-flowing, attacking football by the hosts.
You might have noticed there's a new shirt on display. I just stopped at Primark to get a belt, and I saw this and I thought, perfect for the occasion, nearly orange.
Yeah.
So now we're part of the team.
You've got to. You smell of Primark at the moment, actually. I'm disappointed that there's not a size between small and medium. That's what I really need. I need a medium. Ben, your analysis before the game starts, please.
I just think that Tottenham, there's a lot of pressure on Tottenham, there's no pressure on Wolves. So I think as a result, we'll just see a lot of attacking football, not much defensive work from either team, because Wolves want to, I assume, try and drag Tottenham down. It would be very funny to see. So
it really
I'm hoping there will be a lot of goals.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, I think the whole of British football wants to see Spurs go down, with the exception of Spurs fans. For me, as I say, this is being recorded before the game, so I don't know, but for me, I don't think Spurs are going to go down. I think it will be West Ham, but you never know. Football is a funny old game. Let's see. It's an interesting place to be sat in the shadow of the Sir Jack Hayward and the Billy Wright stand. We're actually completely uncovered here. You can see people are out to brave the elements, and they do in all weather, even when it's freezing cold. But certainly, what a glorious day for this here today. So as we approach the end of the game, it's 86 minutes in, it is 1-0 to Spurs, and they are in real fine voice at the moment, as the news has come in as well that Everton have drawn level with West Ham, which does Spurs a great deal of good in their push for survival. As we go into the first minute or so of stoppage time, it turns out that West Ham have scored another goal, which might well turn out to be their winner in their match against Everton. West Ham 2, Everton 1, which certainly doesn't help Spurs in their survival anymore. But there's still a couple of games left in the season, so who knows? Maybe Tottenham will be able to do enough to stay up. But for now, Wolves cannot. Stoppage time is, well, they've ran the course of the clock, but there is one perhaps last gasp effort here for Wolves to salvage a point with a free kick in what is a very dangerous position, it has to be said. I don't know what will happen. Nobody knows what will happen. I don't think there'll be a goal, but you never know, do you? Here we go. Oh, it's a great save actually by Kaminski, and that surely is now full time. But maybe they'll play on for this corner. Looks like they're going to. Will Jose Sarr come up? That's a big question. Fans are signalling for it, but here we go. No, that's it. That's got to be it. There we go. 1-0, Spurs win. And the Spurs fans jubilant. The Wolves fans pretty much silent. This match has thrown up a particularly interesting non-football related question. I'm really starting to wonder where you get better value for money. Is it in the concourse in a football stadium, or is it at the airport? Because both are extremely pricey. I paid £3.30 at half time for a can of Fanta. That's a lot of money for a can of Fanta. As we head back to the car, I just wanted to share a few reflections, as I so often do, about the match, but also about Wolverhampton as a city. It was my first time here. I've not seen particularly much of it, but from what I've seen, obviously it's not got the greatest reputation in the world, but you know, it's not horrible. There are cities I prefer, there are cities that I like less, but you know, we felt nice and welcomed in Wolverhampton, probably the state of the day. But yes, a nice place to be overall on this fine, glorious Saturday afternoon. So back in the car, I'll give you my thoughts of the match, and then Ben will as well. Ben, thank you very much for driving as well.
Anytime, mate. It's a pleasure taking you in the I-10. She's always a beautiful adventure.
Most kind of you. Do you know what? I enjoy visiting Molineux. It's a stadium that I wanted to go to for quite a while. It was quite interesting at the absolute top level to have a bit of your stand that's not under a cover. I tell you what though, it was a half an hour wait to get a drink at half time, despite going down before the half-time whistle. We weren't back up until 60 minutes of football has been played. It was very hot, and I should have applied sunscreen, because the long-term benefits of sunscreen, as we know, are excellent. But
big up sunscreen.
Yeah, absolutely, big up sunscreen. Go and get some, it's fantastic. But it was a disappointing result for Wolves, of course. Tottenham, 3 very, very much needed points for them, despite it only being a 1-0 win. The football quality was not good at all. It was like watching a championship game. But still, it was nice to go, and it was nice to see some live football as always. So do go and check out a game at Wolves. You will feel very, very welcomed, which is very nice.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you very much. I mean, I am absolutely sweating. I'm glad I've got my Hawaiian shirt on for this game. As Rob so rightly said, it felt like a championship fixture. It was very poor quality, very few shots, a lot of loose passes, and Spurs, I think, were lucky to get a win in the end. I think a draw would have been a fair result. Not a lot else really to say. The stadium was very poor sort of atmosphere, not a lot of seeing, a lot of empty seats, which I think was frustrating, considering we tried to buy tickets through the official club site and it was impossible. So to see a lot of empty seats was not ideal.
Yeah, it was quite strange actually, particularly at this time of the season.
The queue was, it's just, yeah, for a bottle of water, got to wait in that long in a modern stadium.
How much did you pay for your water?
£3.30 for a bottle of water in a stadium on the hottest day of the year, which is ridiculous. But, yeah, you know, we're trying to get out of the city now. Lovely drive in, lovely drive out. Yeah, I think that's all there is to say.
Fantastic stuff. As ever, if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Dig out the sunscreen if it's hot, as per the Baz Luhrmann song. And as always, see you soon.